Breaking news, Honkai Star Rail citizens. It is I, Mr. Honkai Star Rail, with a absolutely game-changing. So if you take a look into this event right here, I'm sure some of y'all would have already wrote this, right? Y'all probably already wrote this because you wanted to pull a cyrene, you wanted to give your best installer set of your units. You did it wrong. That is the wrong way to use this, because if you actually utilize this event to the absolute fullest, you can theoretically save you hundreds, if not thousands of stamina with this one simple trick, right? So essentially, I want you guys to come here real quick and take a look into these units, right? So the way that this thing works is that you select one of these any units you want, right? For example, let's just say you selected Cyrene, right? Let's just say, I think most of y'all probably have selected Cyrene. So the game allows you to give yourself the set piece that you want, and the moment you roll this piece, you will get the according relics, right? So this is based on the substats that unit want specifically. For Cyrene's case, it is gonna be, you can see over here, speed, crit rate, crit damage, HP%, right? They're all effective subs. So here is the big secret, right? Guide makers hate telling you this because it's gonna make everybody's account instantly that much better. So these substat distribution, it actually scales accordingly. What I mean by this is basically when you are using this Relic Recon event, right? If you know from our usual way of rolling relics, if you do a normal +3, +6, +15, the substats themselves, they roll individualistically. So they don't really care who rolls what. It is just it is what I do, right? But this Relic Recon event, it will be a instant +15 gear, but the substats you get for this is based on this corresponding substat. Which means that if you were to, for example, roll for a Cyrene, the gears here would actually correspondingly try to tie itself into the substats stated over here, right? So that it is all based on whatever this unit is, right? So it is not 100%, it's not guaranteed. You can see that the Relic rating A or like the B one, it is still going to be RNG, but individual subs here, they are going to be based on whatever this credit is going to be. So if this is going to be Cyrene, if you were to change, right? If let's just say you were to change this piece into a custom blend, right? If you were to change this into, like, let's just say you don't want to farm for Eagle 4 piece, right? So let's just say you want to give Cyrene an Eagle 4 piece with your 2-piece Vortex, right over here. It will still be the same subsets, which is speed, crit rate, crit damage, and HP%, but it is gonna be on your Vortex. So if you're gonna be opening one chest right now, it will open up a Vortex piece for you based on the substats. Roughly speaking, try and type for this. So here is the deal, right? Here is the deal and how this works. Every single unit here, they have different recommendations for what subsets they actually get. So if you go into, for example, high sentence, right? If you go to high sentence and you still want to stick with DOT, okay, the sets themselves don't change the recommended subsets. The sets are whatever it's going to be, right? So if you go for a high sentence and you check out this effective subs, you can see that they reduce it to EHR, speed, and attack percentage. So the game will attempt to roll towards these 3 subsets based on the build that you're going to be using for the specific unit. So if you were to change this, instead of DOT 4-piece and Revelry 2-piece, you change this to, let's just say, Eagle as well as Vonweg, you will still be getting the same recommended subsets for these ratings over here, right? Albeit it is going to be still RNG, but they will attempt to roll towards this. So every single one of these units, it is going to be different, right? It is all going to be different. Now, there are 2 specific units that has a very, very good substat split. One is going to be Hanya, and one is going to be DHPT. Shout out to my mod Serra on the link for discovering this, by the way. So if you go into Hanya right here, click. Let's just say you want to build a 4-piece Eagle Hanya, because whatever set it's going to be, it doesn't matter. And as we all know by now, farming for 4-piece Eagles is ridiculously inefficient. So these 2 are generally the best ways you're going to be using your 2-piece and 4-piece, right? Coming in over here, your Hanya's recommended substats is only speed and effectiveness. Only. So the game's roll mechanics, it will attempt to only hunt for these two effective subsets, which greatly increases your overall odds of actually rolling into speed. Because remember, you're not rolling +3, +6, +9, +12, right? You're instantly getting a +15 gear based on whatever this is. So remember how my previous build for my cyrene that I have right here? So if this is going to be my cyrene with this here, this will be deemed as A rating because we are going to be going for speed, crit damage, HP, right? But the game will always attempt to go for a higher Relic rating, and whatever this Relic rating is based on the individual character's recommended subsets. So for Hanya, right, for example, you will only get a A rating if you roll for a good amount of speed and effect rest. So if you do this for Hanya, it means the game will automatically try to give you more speed and effect rest. And if you've been playing HSR long enough, speed is single-handedly one of the hardest subsets to hit because it's literally 1 in 4, right? It's not like your double crit, right? So this is for Hanya, but there is someone even better. And you literally have this because every single player in the entire godforsaken game HSR have this unit. Introducing our free man himself, DHPT. So if you go into DHPT over here, bada bing, bada boom, you can take a look at his rag rating. It is attack percentage and speed. So this, with a Ego 4-piece and 2-piece forward, would give you a highest possible weightage going into 2 potentially useful subsets for pretty much a large majority of rosters, right? Generally speaking, between attack percentage or effect rest, I will always lean a little bit more into attack percentage, unless you really want to use like Broken Kill in 2025, so you want effect rest, so that works. But unless you want that, in my opinion, this is going to be the best way you are going to be slamming your Relic down. So you can see over here, my Relic rating here is B, because this was based on my previous rolls when I was using this for Cyrene. Now, if I were to roll on DHPT, it will accordingly adjust your Relics based on the recommended subset over here, which is going to be attack percentage and speed, right? So we have 8 effective subs because we are only looking for these two sets. So I'm now going to begin rolling and we'll see where this is going to take us. We have 16 rolls, right? Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. So this is gonna be a HP boost. If it doesn't roll speed, then so there's still gonna be bad RNG involved, but it will basically just increase your odds by that little bit higher. So we're just gonna ignore this. We open that up. That is absolutely good because it's not gonna be a ER main set. So they want to do. All right, that's absolutely cool because it's not gonna be a ER set. They want to do. Okay, that is a ridiculously good boost. It's 3 rolls crit damage on a speed ego, by the way. That is a insanely good boost. I could give this to Sunday. I could give this to Sparkle. Bro, that is really good. So we're gonna lock the in right now. We're just gonna continue. Okay, so we do have ourselves the attack percentage made with a speed sub, but unfortunately we want ER. So NYE, maybe you could consider giving to the Serra, because Serra can actually potentially run attack percentage rope if you're going to pair it up with a Phynon plus Cyrene. So we're just going to keep this because it's definitely going to be better than Break Effect. So let's roll again. This is just straight ass, so we're just going to ignore. That's just straight ass, we're just going to ignore. That's just okay, I guess that is still a little bit better, not much better. I'm just gonna keep this because I do want to get myself a full 4-piece. Oh my god, this gives me PTSD, bro. Because if you guys saw our rank 1 world's best Cyrene, I rolled like 19 resins for 1 ice damage sphere. So I gotta AYM, I gotta AY. We're just gonna change this up, don't worry about it. This is it's not that good, but I don't want to do. Okay, crit damage main with 3 rolls attack. If this was speed, I would have came on the spot in-game. Unfortunately, it isn't. We're just gonna take this over here. Booms. I guess we... Okay, honestly, this gear is not that bad. Because it's like 3 with double crit and 1 HP. So we're just gonna keep this. Unless this was super high speed, then that would be like really good. Alright, we still have 3 more rolls. Ooh, that is straight doo-doo. That is straight doo-doo. That is straight... Okay, it's like a little bit better, I guess. It's like HP, right? A little bit more HP. Alright, 1 last roll. If this don't hit, I still have Bob. So, hit me in the face. Oh my god. Our first speed substat. absolutely exceptional. So that is basically what we got for DHPT. So you can see we are still not rolling as good, but at least it's trying its way to hit either the attack percentage or speed, right? We are now going to jump into my free-to-play Bob account. Hopefully Bob has a better run than this thing over here, right? Be right back. Okay, we have 24 rolls up in there, right? We have 24 rolls up in the bed. We're going to do the exact same thing. Go to DHPT, choose this, get ourselves the Eagle 4-piece, get ourselves the Eagle 4-piece as well as the 2-piece Vonwek. Exceptional. And then we're going to slam, right? Because my Bob, I don't care about this build. I just want Bob to have a good piece. So let's see it. Ooh, okay. But it's defense main though. It's defense main though. That's a little bit unfortunate. I guess we just stick with this. Oh my god, bruh. Oh my god, bruh. Whoa! Okay, if we could technically re-roll this next time, because this is a natural 5. So if I keep this for long enough, this could be a natural 5 speed next time. Next time. Alright, we're just gonna keep that. We'll see where that goes. That is... I really don't like this. Nah. Actually, nah, it's better. Oh my god, bruh. Okay, you know what? It's HP percent with speed. We're taking those, right? It's HP percent with speed. So it's something. It's something, you know? It's something. It's something. It is... That is not something. That is not something. Oh my god. If Bob has a redraw, I will honestly keep this. But unfortunately, Bob don't have it, so it kind of it kind of EYE. Okay, this is straight up an upgrade for my Cyrene on Bob. Because we can run Vonwek on my Cyrene. So I'm just going to take that. It's HP percentage me as well. So we're gonna take that. Oh my god, last 6 roses. Can I please get a god piece for this video? Please, bro. Please give me a god piece. So that I can make this a... I can't, bro. I can't. Last 3. Oh my god, bro. It's a guaranteed box. Last row. Alright, unfortunately, our Relic... Okay, like, even though we try to make our odds into our favor, because you can see we have a lot of, like, speed subsets, but it has to roll there, right? At the end of the day, this event, RNG is still going to be RNG, but that is pretty much going to be the tag. You guys, let me know what you guys think, because I am absolutely cocksure this will be technically a bit better if you are able to roll this, because they will just basically improve your odds by that little bit. Even if it's gonna be an improvement, it is an improvement on the turn. So that's pretty much it. Word of the day is gonna be Hail Serra for breaking my Relic rules. Join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord. Use code BOGO, 10% off, game all the better.